to where I think his positions are just like kind of curmudgeonly and not moving. And other comics around him were taking chances. Like when he was doing all that early stuff, like, to Russell, my brother whom I slept with and all that stuff. To me, that's really safe comedy. Then you see Carlin just ripping out of the box with, class clown, AM, FM, occupation, fool.
Yeah.
We're like, whoa. That was heavy stuff. I had those records like in 3rd and 4th grade, and I memorized them at one point.
Do you like I'm a big Carlin fan. Like, a lot of people disagree with me on this one. I happen to love progressively what he's done more and more. He's kind of lost his mind in the last 10 years, but I love that.
Man. I can dig it.
Do you like him better in the 70s or now?
The one tour he did, was it You're All Infected, the one right after his wife died, he was in a lot of pain, and that material was just, he was just like eviscerating the audience. It was kind of hard to get through because you can tell the guy is dealing with his wife while he's on stage. Yeah. But I really like the fact that he's so furious. I met him a while ago. He was really cool to me, and it meant a lot just because, I remember him from laughing.
Henry, we don't get excited too many times in this show, but we had George Carlin on the air. We were out of our minds that day.
It was a classic. I asked him that story. I said, is it true that you were arrested with Lenny Bruce that night, when they were just hassling Lenny and just busting everyone at his shows for whatever they could to make going to see Lenny Bruce kind of not the thing to do? And he said, yeah. And I said, is that how you met? And he said, no, that Lenny hung out with all the young comics, and he would let you do your routines in front of him, and he would give you tips. So he said Bruce was really generous with his time with all the young guys. But he said he was indeed cuffed with Lenny. Like in that book, Ladies and Gentlemen, Lenny Bruce, they talk about it. And when I met him on MTV a few years ago, and I said, I have to know. And he said, yeah, that happened.
Wow.
So
not many people know that.
That's not a myth. What a night of your life, to be cuffed with Lenny Bruce. Forget it.
Henry, Andrew Dice Clay, genius?
I I'd never heard him before. And then Rick Rubin, who put out all those records, said, you've never heard Clay? I went, no. And he gave me all his records, like in one chunk.
Yeah.
And I kind of just powered through all of them in a weekend. And what's that, the Day the Laughter Died? Is that the...
That's my favorite one, yeah. That's Rick Rubin, I think, produced
Why does everyone talk about this CD? Norton has been trying to get me to listen to this for a long time.
Oh, I think that album is amazing.
It's his best one.
Why is it amazing, in your opinion?
Because he's so brutal, and you hear him go in and out of character. He actually, apparently he's a really nice guy, and it's an act. And so every once in a while he'll say something so crass, you can hear his voice change as he laughs at Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah, what's the background on that album again? It was at Dangerfields here in New York.
What happened was I think he was like the biggest comic on the planet at that point. He wanted to just walk into a place unannounced. He walked into Dangerfields right around Christmas time and did like 3 or 4 hours, 2 nights in a row, completely unannounced, and horrified the audience. And no prepared material.
And no one was there either, right?
And 30 people were leaving.
Oh, yeah.
And some lady goes to the ladies' room. He starts talking about her. She comes back. Everyone's... Oh, man, and you hear people like, this is horrible. He's like, yay. He just tells them where to go.
The guy stands up, you stink. That's my favorite moment on the thing. This guy goes, you stink. You're as funny as a bottle of milk. And him and his wife walk out. That's my favorite comedy moment ever.
It's rough stuff, but I don't know. It's kind of the job of comedy in a way. I mean, that's my favorite record of all of them. But I think I've never really seen the guy perform. I saw one HBO special like a couple of years ago when he was talking about his kids, and he wouldn't light the cigarette when he was on stage because he doesn't smoke anymore, and it seemed a little restrained. But I don't know. I thought the records were fun.
Yeah.
We'll put it this way: anyone who gets offended by it, you're not really getting what the guy's putting out. I don't think he's trying to offend you. After I heard the records, I'm like, people are like up in arms about this. Come on.
Yeah.
And also, there's a lot of humor in there as well.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I mean, there's, and all your great comics are, a lot of them are basket cases, because it's those vicissitudes that where you get the funny stuff from the extreme edges, I think.
Yeah. All right.
My girlfriend bought me a down jacket because she said it fit my personality.
That's Jay London.
Yeah,
Harry.
right.
He's on the other side of the spectrum from what you do, and people enjoy him too, though. And there's a place for him in this world as well. And
There is.
all right, very good, Jay. Thank you. Henry.
Yes, sir.
It's always a pleasure. So, Shock and Awe, the DVD is going to be released February 15th.
Something like that, yeah.
And also, you do the Henry's Film Corner, right?
Yeah, it's a show I have on the Independent Film Channel.
Nice. Good luck to you, my friend. It's
Thank you.
It's Henry Rollins, everyone. Thanks, Henry.
See you guys.
Bye.
There he goes, Henry Rollins.
You could tell from the instant feedback, a lot of people are very, very protective of our little Jimmy.
Oh, that's why
they lashed out and did not come back with any liking for.
I knew Jimmy could hold his own though when he went into the whole Richard Pryor thing. That was awesome.
Well, I didn't.
Was all that the real dates and everything?
Of course it was.
Oh
like
my God.
Rain Man.
That was Rain Man-esque. You're right.
And again, it was my only issue there was not again about Pryor or whatever, but just when I mentioned stand up, it was kind of a, and again he explained himself. It was just kind of a weird attitude I took, like I'm not going to do dog jokes, almost like that's what stand-ups do.
Right.
It's like, well, wait a minute, man, come on.
Yeah.
Like, well, you don't have to be a bad stand-up.
Yeah. But I mean, whatever.
It led to a good conversation there about comedy. I didn't know that at all.
Someone wrote an instant feedback that said Henry Rollins was playing Pryor records while you were banging cheerleaders. A bunch of comedians.
Jay London,
Yeah,
anything?
I've just had a great time here. I'm more of in a catatonic state, but I think that's just where I should be right now.
I don't think Henry appreciated your brand of humor. Guy was
no.
detecting a little, he said, you open up with jokes like the one that you told, and you'll be eating tuna casserole at your
Well,
mother's
it wasn't
house.
a tuna, it was a casserole.
A casserole?
It wasn't even a tuna casserole, which is a lot better than
Maybe where
a
Henry's
casserole.
from, casserole is a very fancy dish, and maybe that's a compliment.
Shepherd's pie.
Yes.
Well, I think Jay London is hilarious.
He's hilarious.
And I will be at Caroline's this weekend when he performs. Why don't we take a break and we'll wrap up this mess?
And then
Alrighty.
Oh, you got me.
But